Hi, everyone. I'm Janet Wagner. I'm the change management practitioner here at WCB. Thanks so much for tuning in on this topic of self-awareness and how it can help prepare us for whatever lies ahead. It's fun to use an analogy and contrast two different approaches to embarking on a journey. Let's meet Susie EQ and Johnny D-. Let's observe their approaches. So here's Susie. She's super excited about an upcoming family trip. She prepares months in advance. She pre-plans, does out her research, and leverages her past experience to map out the journey. She knew the road may not go perfectly smooth and remembered a past trip where they'd had a flat tire and a flat spare. She had the car serviced well before the travel day, and she even checked to make sure the road conditions were safe. Susie knew her crew would need to get excited about the destination ahead of time, mainly so they could all be prepared for the long road trip to get there. So she spent time researching and sharing short videos and just telling her crew about the destination's history, just to build that desire with everyone. Well, this story ends with the EQ family having a fun-filled vacation and happily looking forward to the next trip. Now let's turn the page over to see how Johnny's journey went. Johnny was often in a really big hurry, burning the candle at both ends. Johnny knew his trip was coming, but life had kind of just gotten in the way. The night before the family trip, he looked at the map and decided to just go with the flow. With no plan and after encountering many unexpected delays, that's when the family arrived at their destination and they were pretty frustrated and unhappy, to say the least. Johnny spent the next few days just trying to get organized, and then it was pretty much time to head back home, with no real rest or fun having been taken. Let's just say by the time they get home, no one wanted to go on that road trip ever again. So what could we take away from these two different approaches to embarking on a journey? If you are like me, you probably experienced a bit of both of these at different times in your life. With Susie, we saw that she chose to own her own journey by planning ahead. She wanted a positive outcome for herself and for those around her. So she took time to reflect, plan, and understand the impact of how that she could contribute to that. And as we examine what happened to Johnny D., well, he knew the journey was coming, but decided to wing it. He avoided and procrastinated the effort to plan, and then it became even harder for him, which in turn made it harder on those around him. I wonder which car you would choose to go in. It just makes sense that preparing for the journey helps everyone have a better experience. And we know that change can be hard, but it is inevitable. But we can actually become good at navigating with the right plan and the right mindset. Just reflect on a time that you've accomplished something. It likely took a lot of effort and planning, right? Now, what did you do to create some stability during your change? When we look at the changes happening around us right now, how can we become even more self-aware, accepting of, and plan for whatever journey is next? Well, because we're all different, what works for you may be a little bit different that works for me or for someone else. But here are some self-awareness tips based on research to create the conditions for success. I'll walk you through 7. Number 1, acceptance. Change is going to happen. Our self-talk is so key, and you can be good at it. Number 2, be your own advocate. Get curious where your journey is going and what you can do to get there. Ask questions. Number 3, embed consistently healthy routines. Tap into the things that just make you thrive, like going for a walk, stopping for a coffee, or just snuggling with your pet. Number 4, bring lightness into your day. Add a touch of humor wherever you go, and just see what smiles you bring to people's faces. Number 5, rely on your community. Connect with your network and those around you. Talk to people you trust and respect. Share your feelings. Number 6, practice gratitude. This may feel a bit tough sometimes, but research does tell us that gratitude cannot live in the same space as negative thoughts. And so the more we practice being thankful and focusing on what is good, the better we'll feel. Number 7, Most importantly, slow down. Breathe, set some time aside for self-reflection, but keep it simple. For example, you could ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I do better? And how do I want to show up for those around me tomorrow? Well, as we compared the tales of Susie EQ and Johnny D minus, we uncovered that the change indeed starts with self, and it's a journey. So, how we prepare is so important because obstacles will emerge, and setting time aside is really, really key. I've linked a resource in this video. Don't underestimate the power of self reflection. I hope you'll check it out. Thanks for tuning in. Text me and tell me how you might have used one of the tips on self-reflection as you travel the road of your next journey or change, and I would love to hear from you. And remember, none of us travel alone.